Hey everybody, it's Rebel Builder, and I have an alternate build of the classic space set, the Galaxy Commander. The original set came out in 1983. It's one of my favorite sets. If you've been to my channel before, you'll see that I have other versions of this. I call this Galaxy Commander Mark VII. When I do these alternate builds, I'm always trying to come up with interesting color combinations. In this one, primarily dark bluish gray with orange. And I had been looking for a color to kind of use to break up my dark gray and light gray, you know, kind of the Star Wars colors. And I actually was wearing a shirt that was dark gray, had some orange trim on it, and boom, the idea for this was born. Then I was off to Bricklink to see what color parts I could find in orange. Some kind of surprised me, mainly the radar dish back here. It was really cool to find that color. Another part I was excited to find in orange were the 4x2 orange cones. Then I continued to just use orange highlights in the same areas on some of my other Galaxy Commanders that I've used these pops of color, you know, so I got orange up here, and then these slopes, the section through here in orange. And this was also kind of one of the first times I had started using the transparent orange to add a little color variation to it. But I was limited in a few pieces, you know, I still had to use light bluish gray for those antenna pieces. These pieces under here, I just went with black. You can see the loudspeakers in light gray. And these pieces here, those tail pieces, those are still just available in the old light gray. So I collect those whenever I see them on Bricklink. Those are getting more and more rare. I wish they would make those in light bluish gray. And I did use the same blue windshield pieces here. You can see I've got a couple of pilots in here. And I'm not even sure where I found these guys, but they had kind of orange chest pieces, which kind of were sci-fi looking, so I turned them into space pilots. And you can see I use those control yokes, and I turn them backwards so I can actually fit my pilots in. But then I put a tile on here with some computers, and I mix those up. You can see I got the black one over here, kind of a common Star Wars one. And then the levers going back so the pilots could run the ship. These sections here, in the original set, they were printed white pieces with black grills painted on. So I'm using those headlight pieces and sticking some of the new grill tiles in there. I love using those like here too. They're really a cool piece to add. It's some great detail to things. More of the light bluish gray loudspeakers, and you can see these engine strakes underneath. My choices were either black or light bluish gray, so I went with the light gray on this one. If you haven't seen one of my other Galaxy Commander videos, I've modified the connections to the ship. You know, it splits in 3 pieces. So I'm using Technic pieces in here. And so this panel doesn't flip open, but there's some Technic bricks in there to make the connection. And the same with the pieces in the back. A Technic pin here, I got one inside so it makes that connection. One of my complaints about the original set was how the back end kind of drooped. The control module didn't really sit correctly, so that's one of the modifications I've made. And on these rear sections, I kind of mix up the computer pieces, kind of use whatever I have. You can see in the back here, they were hunting for some AT-ATs. I had really been searching for my own kind of unique color scheme. You know, the classic space has the blue and the light gray with the yellow windshields, and you know, Futuron is the black and the white and the blue windshields. So I had been kind of searching in my own mocks to kind of come up with a unique color to give my, well, we'll call it my moon base, to give those, give it some pop, give it some color contrast. And so when I built this one, I started really using the orange, started really collecting the orange pieces. I'm really happy with how this thing turned out. So thanks for watching another alternate build video. As I've mentioned before, the Galaxy Commander was my favorite classic space set, just my favorite set when I was a little kid. And thanks to all my subscribers. You guys really keep me going, keep me motivated. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I've got more great videos on the way. Leave me a comment and thumbs up this video. I'd love to hear from you. I love talking with you guys in the comments. And I'll be back soon with more videos. Thanks everybody.